Another way to zoom in.
Gotcha. Feel me. Oh, we're talking about Anne Boleyn?
We're talking about Anne Boleyn and Kesha.
Oh.
So, that's exciting.
This is going
I might cry.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hi. I'm doing that thing again where I talk to a camera in my bedroom and share my opinions on the internet, because that can't go wrong. Today we're going to talk about Anne Boleyn and Kesha. I just finished this book called The Creation of Anne Boleyn by Susan Bordeaux. It's about how all the accounts we have of her are from really biased sources. There's sources that, like, make her out to be, like, this evil, like, mistress who seduced the king and made him leave his virtuous wife. And then there's the accounts that are like, oh, she's, was this saint who was a victim of, like, a cruel and evil king, and how neither of those accounts are really true, but historical periods choose the account they believe in according to their own bias. And that kind of reminds me of another person.
Another spirit, if you will.
Another person I will get very emotional defending at parties. Kesha. Bear with me. There's some similarities between them. Kesha's another person that people judge her based on their own biases. Kesha and Anne Boleyn both got in trouble or got criticized. I mean, Anne Boleyn got beheaded. That was a little different. Both got criticized for doing things that men of their times did. So, Anne Boleyn, she was arrested for adultery and incest and treason, but all, like, evidence points to the fact that she didn't do those things. What she actually did that got her arrested was she criticized people. Mainly, she criticized the powerful men she came in contact with. So, obviously King Henry, and then also his advisor, Thomas Cromwell. So she shared her political opinion about stuff like the Reformation and the Church in England, and obviously men were doing that. Obviously Henry VIII was doing it, Thomas Cromwell was doing it, but Anne got in trouble because that wasn't supposed to be a woman's place, and that particularly wasn't supposed to be a queen's place. A queen was just supposed to go along with whatever the king said. And Kesha, too, people criticize her because she's sleazy. She sings about sleeping with a bunch of people and partying and getting drunk. But that's like the musician stereotype, or the musician archetype, or whatever you want to call it. This wild, like, on-the-road lifestyle. And that's what she's copying, that men have been portraying forever. But when she does it, it's wrong. They're both actually, like, very intelligent, very smart women who are just reduced to these stereotypes and these mental pictures that people have. Anne Boleyn, she had an extraordinary education for a woman of her age in her time. She was a lady-in-waiting at both the Austrian court and the French court during the beginning of the Reformation. So she was exposed to all of these enlightened philosophies, and that really influenced her views on religion. When Henry VIII broke from the Catholic Church while he was pursuing her, and people say she was an influence on that just because he wanted a divorce, but she was also an influence on that because she believed in the Reformation, and she believed that people should be personally connected to their faith and not just have it filtered to them through a priest. So people want to reduce her to just this beautiful woman that Henry broke apart his kingdom for, but she was a person who was educated and had personal philosophies that she fought for. Kesha, too, she's actually a really smart person and got, like, a near perfect score on her SAT in high school and might be a genius. She's also really smart because she's copying these personas in a way to sort of parody them. Like, people just want to reduce her, but there's a point to what she does, and that's something that's really unique about her as an artist. They both knew how to act to get successful in their society. Like, Anne, because she was raised in the French court, which had a much more, like, flirtatious atmosphere. She was taught how to use her charm to, like, get what she wanted. And it worked because that was the expectation. And Kesha, too, knows that this image of, like, a party-obsessed, boy-obsessed woman sells. Society blames them for using that more than they blame themselves for buying it. Drop the mic.
Yeah, true. That's super eloquent. Kesha should write a book.
Kesha should write a book. And Boleyn should write a book, but she's dead. I'm pretty sure Kesha is writing a book. I might have read that somewhere. I did lots of research for this video. No, I didn't. This video is brought to you by Dana's Severed Wisdom Teeth. We're sad to see you go, but we're sure glad you're gone. This video is also brought to you by Fangirl.
It's not brought to you by that. They paid us nothing.
It's a great book.
It is.
Another book about women.
Who are very intelligent.
Who are very intelligent and struggle against society.
I feel like the different sides of women, because there's like Ren, who has to be flirtatious to get what she wants, and then Kath, who's like has to just be intelligent and is almost like afraid of tapping. Like neither of them can find a balance. Like they're both like portraying stereotypes, and they can't just like merge to be like a happy medium. I'm an accounting major.
Alright. She's an accounting major. I'm an English major. I may do this again. I may still delete my entire presence from the internet.
You never know.
You never know. I'm gonna get to a point where that threat's not cute anymore. No! Not the point of the video. That's the exact opposite point of the video.
I'm creating a great segue.
I don't know what my segue is. So, Kesha.
That's so true. Because of the situation, like how society is, like to be successful, they're trying to, I don't know.
Yeah.